Hello, today we are on day 3 of circles, day 3, and today we're going to learn about the area of sectors or parts of a circle. So this is what we learned about before. In the last lesson, you learned about how to find the whole area of a circle, the whole area. Not the last lesson, but one of the prior lessons. Today you're going to learn about how to determine only part of the area of the circle, which is called a segment of the circle. So here's the difference between an arc, which you learned about yesterday or the last lesson, and the sector of a circle. The arc tells us the distance or length around part of the circle, which would be part of the circumference. It's like how far is it, right? So if I have a circle and I know that it is circumference all the way around is that, if I want to know what the arc of a particular part of the circle is, say based upon this angle, it's going to be this part right here. So, how long that is. So that is an arc, okay? If I instead have a circle like this, and I know that the area is the whole thing, right? The area is inside all. It's like a pizza, right? How much is there? How much? So an arc, or sorry, a sector would tell me part of it. So maybe from this degree here, that means I get all that pizza right there. It's how much of the pizza I get. So it's about an area thing. That is what a sector is. It's part of the area, okay? Whereas this is just part of the circle, part of the circumference, part of the length. How long is the arc? This one, how much area is a sector? So that's what we're learning about today. So let's go ahead and look at the assignment. So let's open that up in Kami. Okay, so the first question we get says, find the area of each sector and round your answers to the nearest tenth. So all of these today we're going to round to the nearest tenth, okay? So again, we're looking for the area of a sector. So the first thing we want to do is get step number 1, area of whole circle, okay? So what's the area of this? Well, we need, so the area equals pi r squared, correct? Okay, well, what is all we need is the radius, right? So what is the radius? Well, it's 12. So then the area is going to equal 12. I'm just going to put the radius over here, squared times pi. And if we do that on a calculator, okay, so if we do that on a calculator, 12 squared to the power of 2, enter. But then we have to multiply that by pi to get the actual answer. So what do we get? We get 452. Okay, 452 is the answer. But that's for the whole circle, right? So what we need to do is we need to take this 452, or the 12 pi, and we need to take this and multiply it by 452 times what? Times part of the circle. What part of the circle is this right here? This is this part right here inside the black line. So how much of the circle is it? Well, it tells us it's 300 degrees. All this, what's the area? 300. So we're going to go 300 degrees divided by what? What's the total degrees in a circle? 360. And what does that equal to? So then we go times 300 divided by 360, enter, and I get 376. But remember, this one is rounding our answers to the nearest tenth, so that would be this one right here, correct? And it's a meter squared, 377 meters squared. Okay, now, basically all the other questions are going to be the same kind of questions, okay? Basically, that's it. There's only one type of question today, so you get to practice for 12 questions. After that, I've got some review questions from you from the last few days where you get to find the arc, the length of the arc. So that's not the area, it's not a sector, it's the length of an arc. But today, the first 12 questions, we're going to be finding the area of a sector. So if you want, try number 2, pause the video, and then I'll come back and work it for you just to make sure that you understand. Okay, so here's the setup. First we take the area, and that would be times the radius squared times pi right here. But then after we do it, remember, I'm going to go ahead and show you the whole setup first before I calculate it. So it's going to be 11 squared, which comes from over here, right, times pi. We have the pi, and then, so this is squared. That's why we've got the square right there. But then I'm going to go ahead and multiply the result by the degree of the section. So the bold line is right here. So we're looking for the area of this right here, right? That's 90 degrees out of 360. So I'm going to multiply that out. Okay, clear. So 11 squared, enter, times second pi, enter, times 90 degrees divided by 360, enter, and I get about 95. So that equals 95 after I get done with all this. And there we go, 95 miles squared. So that's how you do this assignment, guys. That's all there is to it. All these questions are the same. You just get a lot of practice. Remember, to make sure you do the area of the right thing. So you want the area that you're looking for is inside the dark bold lines. Not this, but inside here, the dark bold lines. Like this one here, it's inside the dark bold lines. In here, not outside, okay? So that's how we do it, guys. When you're done, make sure you put your answers come back and put your answers into Canvas to receive credit for the assignment.